What is going on, everyone? Back for round two. We're going to be going over the brand new St. Croix Legend X2 rods. If you didn't see our last video, make sure to check down in the description for our first video going over the bait casting models. A little bit longer video, but if you needed some more information about the rods, how they bend, how they feel in the hand, definitely check that video out. This video is going to be very similar. We're going to be going over the spinning rods that we have. Now, we have a lot less models in the spinning. I feel like the difference between like the mediums and the medium lights and medium heavies, there's a little bit of a difference, and I think this should give you a general idea kind of how they're going to feel in your hands, even if you can't make it into our store or another store to order one. So in case you're curious, these are all going to be around that $600 to $630-ish range. I did get word that these are not going to be hit with a price increase, but we will see price increases in the Mojo Bass and Legend series in St. Croix, but the X2s are not increasing in price, which is great news. So I think we have 6 models to go over, a couple different lengths, couple different powers. Let's go ahead and kind of go through them one by one, give you an idea of like line rating, recommended techniques, and all that fun stuff. So the first one that we have here is going to be one of my more favorite lighter end rods, especially when it comes to lighter hooks, you know, your size 1s, your size 2 hooks, drop shot, stuff like that. This here specifically is going to be the 6'10" medium light extra fast rod. So this is going to be the LXTS 610 MLXF. Now, just like the other rods, we're going to do the bend test, kind of holding at the tip here and pulling down, maintaining the horizontal blank right here, so you get a good idea of how that blank bends. As you can see here, it's a nice soft medium light tip moving into a little bit of backbone in the center here, and then it's pretty stiff in the back section. Now, just to remind y'all, this rod uses what St. Croix calls graphene, which is going to be basically like a graphite powder that really envelops this whole blank, making it extremely light, even compared to something like an NRX Plus from G Loomis or Megabass P5 rod. This is extremely light. So this is going to be a carbon and graphite based blank. Now, these guys right here, the 6'10" medium light, let's go over some of the ratings on it. It says 6 to 20 pound line, and I would assume that the rating for this is going to be based off of monofilament and braid, which it typically is. So I'm going to say, I mean, obviously you can throw 6 pound braid on this. I would say for the upper end of the braid, 20 pounds sounds about right. I mean, I would even say, depending on the type of braid that you're using, 20 pound American would be the max you want to use, but 20 pounds JDM ultra thin braid is going to be a great option on this one. Now, each one of these, I believe, has a different guide train, and then they also have different handle lengths, and we have the chart on the website so you can see exactly kind of the handle length from the real seat that, you know, this blank is. On the 6'10" medium light, it is very short, kind of more of your minnow shaking rod, and it has 7 guides plus a tip, so 8 guides total. And I believe this one here, let's double check here. You do get the keeper. This one here is $615. And just like the bait casters, these are kind of like custom molded cork grips that you get on this. Same on the back end with a little bit of a trigger kind of, so you get a little better grip as you're casting, especially long distances. Now, this is going to be a great rod for really light line as well as light hooks. Again, if you're using something like a light drop shot or a Nico, this is going to be a great one to sling around docks. The extra fast tip will load extremely easy. That's why I wouldn't use anything super heavy on this one. Maybe up to, I would say, like a 1/4 ounce is the max I'd throw on it, and it looks like the rating that they recommend is 1/16 to 3/8. So very close to that quarter. A little bit more is what you're gonna max this rod out to. Now, when it comes to like certain techniques that I would personally use on this one, I mean, drop shot for sure. This is a little light for, or a little shorter for what I like for a drop shot most of the time, but for light Nikos as well as pinging a minnow, especially in that like quarter-ish variety or even 1/8 variety, this is going to be perfect. You don't want to overload this rod because that extra fast tip, again, it's just so light. I think you're going to have a little bit of trouble working your baits. But this guy right here, absolutely stunning. Super light, guys. I can't tell you enough how light these X2 rods are. Incredible, incredible blank technology coming out from St. Croix. Next up, another 6'10", but this one is a medium extra fast, rated for 6 to 20 pound line, quarter to 7/8 ounce lures. And just like the bait casters, the more just the regular fasts are going to have a little bit slower taper, and it's going to be spread a little more evenly. As you can see here, it is going to bend a good amount, and it's not going to be a super snappy tip. So whether you're throwing your bigger Sakamata shads or bigger forward-facing minnows, this rod is going to be able to handle it, especially casting long distances. Now, being a 6'10", I mean, you're not going to reach those super long casts like you would like a 7'3", 7'4", but this guy right here, being a medium, this is going to be like bread and butter, like simple wacky rig, weighted wacky, Nico, minnow pinging. This is going to be a great one for that one. I mean, you can work this rod all day, 2,500 size reel, 10 pound US braided line to a leader. This is a great rod for that. And being rated up to 7/8, almost 1 ounce, you can very easily throw, I might add, bigger shaky heads, bigger finesse style jigs like ball heads, as well as even some of those Kitech like tungsten football head jigs. Those are going to be incredible on this. I would also say you can optionally throw some moving style baits on this one because of that regular fast tip. It is going to absorb a lot of the vibration and then also translate through the blank. So really, you could easily throw like a 1.5 square bill on this one, a Super Z crank for Mega Bass, any Lucky Craft 1.5. This is going to be a great rod if you do like using a spinning rod for those applications. I do believe the handle section is going to be the same as that other 6'10" medium light, but this guy right here is going to be a great all-rounder rod, just being a medium. Has a little bit of backbone. You can throw Texas rigs, you can throw some smaller free rigs. This rod is going to be absolutely killer for y'all, especially if you like paddle tail swim baits on just a simple 1/4 ounce ball head. Moving on here, I think this is the only one we have in this sizing. This is just a 7'1" medium fast action. So medium power, it is going to go down from that 6'10" in lure rating. This is 3/16 to 5/8 of an ounce. And you're looking at the same 6 to 20 pound line. This one, 7-foot medium. It is going to be almost the exact same bend curve as that 6'10" medium. But check this out. It has a little bit extra give. It is a little bit longer blank, and it does bend a little bit farther down into here. I can definitely tell. Kind of stopping at the second guide from the bottom. You can definitely see adding a little bit of pressure there. It does keep going a little bit more than that 6'10". Again, same kind of regular fast tip. This one is going to be a great universal rod for literally anything you can think of. I mean, you can throw a minnow, you can throw a drop shot, a wacky rig, a Texas rig, a free rig, ball head swim baits, Okashira screw heads. You could probably throw like a 1/4 ounce chatterbait on this, like a mini max, something like that. You should have plenty of hook setting power as well. This guy right here, kind of just your all-rounder. I'm not going to really dive too much in depth on this one, but this rod right here, being 7 foot, being a little bit more powerful, I think, and more universal, you could easily throw on like a 3,000 size reel. This one here, if you're looking for just one rod, this one might be the one I would recommend. Of course, not rated up to that 7/8 as that 6'10" medium, but this guy right here, overall moving bait or bottom contact, this is going to be a great rod for those applications. Moving into the next rod here, this is going to be where we're getting into some very unique sizing and action and power. This is the 7'3" medium light extra fast rod. So as you can see here, I mean, you're adding a lot of length to this rod, and you are getting a very soft tip section. I mean, it is whippy right here. And again, going back to my last video and some of the notes I had on it, this is like mod fast to me. I mean, it's moving a ton. It's not snapping back. I feel like extra fast should snap back you know, very, very quickly. That's what I consider a fast tip or a fast action. This one is, I mean, it's dangling, it's going. But this guy right here, this is going to be your go-to, being a medium light, your go-to kind of finesse style rod. If you're a smallmouth fisherman, this one was built for you. So whether it's a light hair jig, a Ned rig, a drop shot, anything like that, this rod is going to be the one you want. Rated for 1/16 to 3/8 ounce. And I've noticed a lot of these extra fast tips are rated a lot lower on that spectrum for lure weight. But this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guides plus a tip, so 9 guides total on this one. So you're getting 1 extra guide there. Overall, this is probably my favorite rod in the series for the finesse applications. Whether you're throwing, again, like any of those finesse single hook techniques, or like a Okashira head, a ball head swim bait, anything with a light wire hook, even something like some of those BFS lures, like a BFS Griffin moving bait style, this rod is going to be the one that I would highly recommend. If you like light line, and I definitely recommend probably a 2500 size reel with 10-pound US line. I would even go as far to say as 12-pound JDM line, just a little bit thinner most of the time. The Cast X12, the PE X8 from Seagar, those are going to be the ones I would recommend. Even like 16 Sunline Overwatch would be a great line on this rod. I believe you're getting a little slightly longer handle here, and this rod just balances so well in the hand. I mean, that tip section is ultra light, very thin blank, but it is super sturdy. And what's great about it too is I love the molded grip. It feels really easy to hold, especially if you are an angler that likes to have most of their hand above the reel, or even like most of the fingers. Like if you're like me, I like to have my pinky under the reel and then all the other fingers on top, and it gives me a great amount of control. Super balanced rod right here. Again, 7'3" medium light. Next up, another 7'3", and I think they have a couple more in the series as well. This is kind of what we have right now, but this is a 7'3" medium power fast action. Again, it's going to have that same moderate bend throughout the rod. It is going to be a little bit snappier than that extra fast to go back to original position here. Same amount of guides, and it might be getting repetitive for y'all, but again, this is going to be your more moving bait, moving versatile rod, especially for bottom contact, shaky heads, smaller swim baits, crankbaits. This is going to be able to handle that. And being 7'3", you have that extra length to get much more casting distance. So if you are fishing anywhere around grass, this is going to be a great rod to get those fish out of those situations. 3,000 size reel is going to be my recommendation on this. It is rated for 3/16 to 3/4 lures, and then 6 to 20 pound line. So I definitely recommend that 10-pound USD up to around 15. This is going to be an incredible rod for those of you that like a do-it-all kind of spinning rod. Last rod in the spinning series that we have in the X2 lineup, this is going to be one of my personal favorites. This is a 7'6" medium mod fast action. So this is going to be one of those really unique rods. It has a fast tip section. It's snapping back pretty good. That extra length bends very deep down into the blank, being that mod fast. I mean, really up until that second to last guide, it really shuts down there. This is going to be equivalent, in my opinion, to something like a 902 from G. Loomis and the NRX series. Ultra light, y'all. If it were up to me, I'd run a 2500 sized reel. For those of you that like a little bit more speed to go with this longer rod, the 3000 would be more your go-to. Now this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guides plus a tip, so 10 total. This is going to be an incredible rod. My go-to setup: 2500 size reel, 10-pound US line, 16-pound JDM line, and you can throw anything on this one. I love throwing the eye-by-eye shad from Megabass, real finesse crankbaits, ultralight line. When it comes to single hook baits like a drop shot or a Ned rig, this one is going to keep them pinned. It has so much bend and moderacy into the blank. This one is going to be absolutely incredible for that. Now this one here, again, rated up to 5/8 ounce, you know, whether you're throwing a swing head, whether you're throwing a bigger Ned rig, especially in deep water, this one has enough length to get them out of those situations. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown of the Legend X2s. These rods are incredible. I've been fortunate enough to fish with a lot of them out of this lineup. And in the spinning, again, my go-tos would definitely be that like 7'6", 7'3" medium light, or this one right here, the 7'6" medium mod fast. These are my 3 go-tos, and hope you have all the information you need to make a educated purchase decision. And if you have any questions, of course, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. And we'll see you next time in the next video here at Lake Pro Tackle. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.